Evidences of the first settlers in Mexico date as 30,000 before Christ. The oldest indigenous culture was the Clovis, who inhabited the region that comprised northern Mexico and the southern United States 13 years ago. In 1325, the Aztecs founded Mexico Tenochtitlan, that was the capital of the Mexican Empire, and that was the city that housed the heart and brain of the most extensive and powerful empire in Mesoamerica. This capital has a great advantage since its geographical area guaranteed military and economic advantage that helped to develop a mixed economy based on agriculture, hunting, and fishing, with the possibility of communicating throughout water. Mexico has had five important moments in its development. First, the construction of the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan. Second, the Tenochtitlan Foundation. And third, the conquest. Fourth, the independence of Mexico. And fifth, Mexican Revolution. Each of these events managed to help in the economic, political, and cultural development of Mexico throughout its history.
Mexico City mobility has made transportation difficult and exhausting. Taking public transport means waiting, sometimes for a long time, and hoping for enough room inside the bus. In this place, transportation has always been very varied. There is metro, bus, train, trolleybus, taxis, cars, bicycles, Uber, Cabify, and motorcycles. Also, the weather is very bad and dangerous. Mexico is a country with many places of cultural interest to visit, among which are the Papantla Architectural Heritage in Veracruz, the National Palace in Mexico City, the Monuments of Tula, the Mummy Museum in Celaya, and the Guadalupe Cathedral. There are very beautiful places and with a lot of cultural significance. The diversity of tourist places in Mexico is amazing. Cities of rich history such as Mexico City, Puebla, and Querétaro. Beach sites like Cancún, Acapulco, Puerto Vallarta, and Isla Mujeres. Archaeological sites such as Chichen Itza, Palenque, and Teotihuacan. More than 100 magical towns that have great monuments and beautiful natural parks like the Great Mayan Reef and the Montebello Lagoons. Islands, mountains, lakes, deserts, the Popocatépetl volcano, and many restaurants like El Pujol in Mexico City.
Toponymically, Tula has two meanings from Nahuatl. In the first, it will be equivalent to place of Tule or Reds, and in the second, it will be city or metropolis. The archaeological zone of Tula, located north of Mexico Basin in the settlement that after the Epic Class or late Classic period unified. Through trade and conquest, a vast territory in Mesoamerica, noting its influence from the Bajío area to the Yucatan Peninsula and even to El Salvador and Nicaragua. Its strategic position allowed it to control products such to turquoise origination from northern Mesoamerica.
The National Palace. The National Palace are seats of federal executive power of Mexico, located in the historic center of Mexico. This has been an UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. For 500 years, this construction has had many extensions and modifications. It is place works of Mr. Diego Rivera are recouped in this most historical place.
The Basilica of Guadalupe is a sanctuary of the Catholic Church dedicated to the Virgin Maria in her dedication to Our Lady of Guadalupe. It is located at the foot of the Cerro del Tepeyac in Mexico City and belongs to the Archdiocese of Mexico. Approximately 27 million parishioners visit this sanctuary each year. The basilica has 7 access to the front. Above these entrances is an open chapel built for the purpose of celebrating Mass for those in the atrium. Guadalupe Cathedral is the second most visited church in the world. The architecture of this church is more original and amazing than the architecture of any other church in the world. It's very beautiful.
The Day of the Dead is celebration on November 2 of each year, in honor their ancestors with altars and rituals. The Catrini is very representative in this celebration. The Day Mexican of the Revolution is celebration on November 20 of each year. The commemoration beginning in this celebration. The most important event in this history. In addition, the feast of the Virgin Santa Cecilia is celebration on November 22 of each year, the most important religious representation. Gastronomy. In Mexico, they are lovers speak things. Some things are delicious. Typical dishes are pozole, mole poblano, and enchiladas. Traditional costumes. In Mexico, traditional costumes is are based indigenous, the Mixuri, the Aztecas, and the Mayas, are according state waiter the date. For women, huipil is very common, colorful per Colombian. Rave for men is very mariachi, costumes or charro is very common. In Mexico, music is very representation, the corridos, the rancheras, and the norteñas. We can hear singers like Antonio Aguilar and his corrido Emiliano Zapata, Vicente Fernandez and most popular ranchera, Estos Celos, and the North, the group, the Tigers, the North, the most important song, La Mesa de Martín Alfonso Moreno Reyes was born on August 12, 1911 in Santa Maria, died on April 20, 1911 in Mexico City. Was known as Cantinflas, was actor, producer, and comedian of Mexican cinema, where movies are El Profe, El Barrendero.
Otto Gómez Bolaños, more commonly known by his pseudonym Chespirito or Little Shakespeare, was a Mexican screenwriter, actor, comedian, film director, television director, playwright, songwriter, and author. He is widely regarded as the most important Latin and Spanish languages humorist of all time. He was internationally known for writing, directing, and starring in the Chespirito, El Chavo, and El Chapulín Colorado television series. On 28 November 2014, Chespirito died from heart failure as a complication of Parkinson's disease at the age of 85 in Cancun, Quintana Roo, Mexico.
Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo Calderón was a Mexican painter. She was born on July 6, 1907 in Coyoacán, Mexico, and died on July 13, 1954 in Coyoacán, Mexico. Frida Kahlo was actually one of the most important artists of the 20th century, who managed to transform her pain and suffering into total inspiration, art, and a lot of creativity. Some of his most important paintings were Las dos Fridas, La columna rota, and El autorretrato con un collar de espinas y un colibrí.